No, Shakur has really good defense, man. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of sets him apart from a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's that call I can't really make. You know what I'm saying? I think they're both like great in their own rights.
I can say I'm happy to see Tank putting a foot forward, at least get back in the ring. You know what I mean? I feel like he got more work to do. It's a lot more work out there to do.
Shannon Sharpe and Oscar de la Hoya cheered for Tank's victory. De la Hoya believes Shakur was worn out and didn't have much of a chance.
Felt no chance.
De la Hoya wasn't sure if Shakur would have beaten Tank without the water rule. He said that Davis was a star because of his risky style, and that Tank was skilled and dangerous.
If he does this, is a star.
De la Hoya wanted the fight to happen at 147 pounds, but he knew Tank couldn't handle it. Even so, he said it would be fun because Tank was ready to fight. But Coach Kenny Ellis didn't care about the controversy. He said that people would always have different opinions about Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He made it clear that it's just part of fighting. There will be a fight if one starts. If not, the conversation will go on.
All day you're going to have Gervonta fans and you're going to have Shakur fans. That's the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let it stress you out. This shit is crazy. If they fight, they fight. If they don't, well, they don't, you know?
Shakur Stevenson has said that he is ready to fight Gervonta Davis and wants to settle all issues in the ring. He told Davis to sign the paper and stand in front of millions of people to face him.
And pull up on me.
Gervonta Davis is also putting a lot of effort into getting faster and more accurate. He trains for hours on the heavy bag and mitts, improving his speed, timing, and accuracy in order to be ready for the fight. Ado Lapido made it clear that Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis's fight had to happen at 135 pounds. He said Shakur moved up to 140 because he couldn't get the fights he wanted at 135. Olapido says that Shakur versus Tank is the most anticipated matchup. More so than Shakur versus Teofimo or any fight starring Devin Haney. He went on to say that this fight has been something that American sports and culture fans have been waiting for 3 to 4 years.
Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis has to happen at 135. Like Shakur going to 140, for me, is almost because he can't get the fights he wants at 135. The fight he wants is Tank Davis. He wants to fight Tank. And I'm telling you now, for American boxing, there might not be anything bigger. Shakur versus Tank is mad. Like Shakur versus Teo is good, but for the culture, Shakur versus Tank is the fight everyone wants to see. It's a fight we wanted to see for a long time now. I'd say about 3 or 4 years. Not Shakur versus Devin or Tank versus Devin no, Shakur versus Tank is what everyone wants to.
A boxing watcher said that Tank always gets paid for his destructive power and usually knocks out his opponents. He did say, though, that fighting Shakur Stevenson would be different from fighting Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. He also said that Tank lashes out with all his strength when he faces someone he can't knock out.
Tank knocks out. Tank gonna always get paid anytime he feel like fighting because he got that knockout ratio. But when he come across Shakur Stevenson, I'ma say it here on the front page, and Tank, I love you, brother, and still would love to talk to you. 100. But when you get in there with Shakur, it's gonna remind me of Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because what you gonna do when you come across a you can't knock out. Only thing you gonna do is just get more frustrated.
That's a terrible.
Justin Palmieri said that if the fight happens, it will be between the two best boxers in the division. He praised Shakur's great showing against Padley on short notice, but he also said that the conditions were better for Shakur. Palmieri said he admired Shakur's heart and drive, but he didn't think the fight would happen. If it happened, he thought Tank would win by late finish. giving him the upper hand, even though he knew the fight was almost over.
We're going to see that. It's the two best in that division going at it. But I still think Tank edges him out. I think Shakur looked great against Padley coming in on late notice, but it was Padley. You know what I'm saying? The dude was on a roof 2 hours before he stepped into the ring. You know what I'm saying? So, all respect to the world.
But hey, yo.
Yo, he got heart though. I love it. I love to see that, man. But yeah, nah. I want to see. I want to see the fight happen. Do I think it's ever gonna happen? I really don't. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it did, give me Tank late stoppage.
Yeah?
Late stoppage, only because Shakur's gonna have to bang with him towards the end. I think he's gonna.
Is it competitive until the stoppage?
Oh, absolutely. It's the two best in the world, you know? But I'm just giving that edge to Shakur. Not Shakur, excuse me. I'm giving the edge to Tank over.
David Benavidez talked about how excited he was about a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. He said that the 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now. He talked about how much people would be looking forward to the fight and how hard it would be, pointing out that Shakur had recently beaten a top fighter like Teofimo. Also, Benavidez praised Stevenson for being a 4 division winner, pointing out his legendary status, Hall of Fame career, and youth. The ex-post summed it up. Fans can't wait for Tank versus Shakur to make their fight.
Seems like obviously Shakur Teo was the hot fight that just happened, and now Shakur, obviously a hot fighter with his dominant win. Give me the one fight you would love to see two guys right now who are in their prime.
Off of that victory this weekend, I would love to see Shakur and Gervonta. You know, I think Gervonta and anybody in any of the top guys at that weight class is a great fight. Gervonta, Shakur, Gervonta, Teo, Gervonta, Keyshawn. I mean, that 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now. You know what I mean? But that would be a great fight. I think probably that would be one of the fights that would be the most anticipated, you know, if they can make happen. Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. By no means it would be easy for either fighter. You know, we just seen that Shakur Stevens was able to shut a great fighter like Teofimo down and made him look silly. So that would be a great fight, you know. And a big shout out to Shakur Stevens becoming a 4-time division champion. You know, he's on legendary status. He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer too, and he's still very...
At 135 pounds, Chris Algieri said it was exciting to see the battle of styles. He said that Tank has offensive and deadly power, while Shakur relies on defense, timing, and controlling distance. Algieri thinks that the difference between the two teams is what makes the match so interesting and keeps the fight going. Who really is the man?
Tank has it all. And it's very interesting because we have a guy who's so good and so offensive and so destructive. And then we have another guy who's so defensive and so hard to hit and such a good judge of distance. It's a very, very interesting weight class, 135, which is exactly why we're talking about it right now. Who's the man?
Because of Shakur Stevenson's better boxing skills. Terrence Crawford picked him over Gervonta Davis. Crawford liked Tank's skill and strength, but he made it clear that Shakur is a completely different threat in the ring.
You know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter.
Terrence Crawford said that Shakur was a one-of-a-kind task. Some people might not find him interesting or might question how strong he is, but Crawford said that Tank will not find it as easy to attack him as other enemies. He also said that Davis tries to play down Shakur's achievements, which makes the story more about selling than telling the truth.
Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not market.
In addition, Timothy Bradley asked about the race for Gervonta Davis. He also thought about what Shakur Stevenson could really get out of a win, suggesting that it might have more to do with money than making him famous in boxing history.
You already know the perception of Tank by many of the boxing pundits, and it's the fans of boxing. You know, you already know how they feel about Tank Davis when it comes to, you know, I hear people talk about his resume. I hear people talking about, well, he's only one division champion. He really only won one belt. You know, the guys that he's faced, you know, he hasn't faced a top tier elite fighter, so on and so forth. So with that being said, why even want to entertain the fight with Tank Davis? I mean, how much credit are you going to really get, Shakur, besides the money, right?
Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, is back in training and ready for his next fight. Tank's opponent hasn't been named yet, but he is focusing and dedicating himself to every practice in the hopes of coming back stronger and smarter than ever. Gervonta Davis is back in the gym, fully dedicated to making his skill better, building up his endurance, and perfecting the strategy he plans to use in the ring. At the same time, there are reports that Shakur Stevenson might fight Ryan Garcia, which makes everyone more interested in what he will do next. Ryan wants to fight Shakur, but he knows how important the fight with Haney is. He said he wants to skip everything between Barrios and Shakur and go straight to Shakur.
Haney fight too, though.
No, I know. That's always going to be there, though. But that's who I want to fight. I want to go from Barrios to Shakur.
Oh, like straight to it.
Yeah.
What, 47?
40.
Shakur was happy about the matchup and said it was great and exciting. He also said the fight would be worth a lot of money.
It'll be a lot of excitement to that fight. It's a big money fight. Ryan Garcia is somebody that comes in there.
Shakur Stevenson said that Ryan Garcia is hard to guess. He shows up on time sometimes and not other times. In any case, Shakur thinks Garcia is not strong enough.
You never know which version of him is going to show up. So if the good version of him show up, he gets spanked. If the bad version of him show up, he gets spanked. Either way, he don't stand a chance. Like, he don't stand a chance.
Yeah, look, Shakur,
Sergio Mora said that Ryan Garcia was flat-footed, and he said that Shakur was super fast and sneaky. He also said that power is useless against Shakur because of his Olympic-level skills, ability to switch weight classes, and defense prowess. He said that Shakur was a great fighter and compared him to greats like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Andre Ward. He praised Shakur's timing, confidence, and momentum.
Garcia is flat-footed. Shakur Stevenson is a cheetah in and out, man. I mean, he's been so successful from the Olympics to moving up in weight divisions. Power's not going to be enough for him. And if you're not going to be a volume puncher, like Ryan Garcia clearly is not a volume puncher, then how are you going to beat Shakur Stevenson? How are you going to be able to compete with that in-and-out southpaw style where he doesn't engage with you? The timing, the confidence, the momentum. Shakur is cut from the cloth of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward, and these greats that don't get touched. They don't get hit. The defensive geniuses, Pernell Whitaker. I mean, these are big names, but Shakur's cut from that cloth, man.
Boxing reporter Sean Zittel said about this possible fight that Ryan Garcia has trouble when his confidence is shaken because he has been knocked down before, which stops him in his tracks. During the 12 rounds, he showed how Shakur's accuracy and control could be used, even though Shakur doesn't have the power to knock out Ryan with just one punch. Zittel thinks that the different styles of fighting could make the fight surprisingly close.
Fights, when he's feeling it and he's confident, you know, it's a different animal in there. And they both tamed him in the second round with their knockdowns. And so maybe Shakur over 12 rounds will do because he's so pinpoint. Look, Devin and Shakur, I'm not saying they can't punch. Devin showed against Brian Norman he can punch. Shakur is one of those guys so sharp, so pinpoint, like Floyd was once he got in higher weight classes. Okay, he may not stop you necessarily, but he's got enough to keep you respectful and not. But that being said, since they don't quite crack like Gervonta and Rolly, I think that's an interesting element of Ryan against both of them. Ryan's a little bit bigger than Shakur. He's very fast. He punches hard. And then we already saw the first time with Devin, you know, it's every time they fought in the amateurs, it was a tough fight, both ways. So he's he's the underdog against Shakur, but I think he's a more competitive matchup than Teofimo turned out to be. Styles make fights.
I agree.
And then Devin, I think a lot of people look at the rematch as a 50-50 fight.
Gary Russell Jr. said that Ryan Garcia had thought Devin was weak and could hurt him in the past. Russell thought that Ryan would keep going after Shakur in the same way, no matter how strong Shakur was. But he made it clear that timing and strategy are the real issues, and that the fight will depend on when and how Garcia strikes.
Devin's pop, his power, none of that. He didn't respect that. Ryan had the ability to hurt him. I believe, just like with you mentioned with Shakur, Ryan won't respect Shakur's power. And he does have the ability to hurt Shakur. The difference is, I think Shakur...
Can he hit him?
That's going to be the issue. How you attack and when you attack. That's going to be the issue. Just like with Andy Hiroka, the same way with my younger brother competing against Andy Hiroka.
Timothy Bradley Jr. also said that he thinks Ryan Garcia versus Shakur Stevenson would be an easy win for one side. He said that Garcia's speed or power wouldn't matter if he couldn't hit clean strokes, which made people question Garcia's ability to connect well. Bradley questioned Garcia's consistency, saying that short bursts of brilliance are not enough. He also said that Ryan will stay suspect until he consistently performs at that level.
Everybody keep talking about this Ryan Garcia Shakur Stevenson fight. Boy, I'm here to let y'all know this shit gonna be easier than the Teofimo Lopez fight. Because it's about skills inside that damn ring. That's what it's about. Ryan can have all the speed in the world. Shakur got speed. He can have all the power in the world. Oh, he can have all the power. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But when he can't land on shit, that shit don't mean nothing. And he ain't gonna land on Shakur. Shit. No, it's not gonna happen. And it's gonna be like taking candy from a damn baby. That's what it's gonna be like. Taking candy from a baby. A lot of upset folks. A lot of people depressed. Yeah, it took this man 10 years to win the championship. One championship, 10 years. Oh, that's y'all king? Okay, let it be y'all king, all right? No doubt. But, hey, you get consistent with your performances, Ryan Garcia, maybe I'll believe in your ass. Maybe I'll just believe in your ass. But you ain't consistent, my boy. This is a one, well, maybe two off. But, you know, again, that time when you look good, when you supposedly didn't train, that time, you look good like that in this fight, for sure.
Adine Ross also talked about a made-up fight between Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson, saying nice things about both fighters' skills. He agreed that Shakur would be the favorite, but he thought the fight would be close. In the end, Adine thought Ryan had what it took to win.
Garcia, dude, shout out to Ryan. You know what, man? That Ryan-Shakur fight's going to be a good one. Chad, if Ryan and Shakur fight in about 6 months to a year, who do you guys think wins? I got to go Ryan on that. I think Shakur will be the favorite. But Shakur's just they're both so fucking good. It also just matters what's in that clause. I think Ryan gets...
This is the end of today's movie. I hope you liked it. What do you think about this fight? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and follow for more news and updates.